Oh, what is up, everybody? 55,000 subscribers. Couldn't have done it without all of you guys out there. I want to thank every single member of the Burmis Brigade that's been here for the last, we've been doing it now over a year on our own, and we have grown slowly but surely. And I really feel like everybody out there can make a difference, not just me, and it's not just subscribing to my YouTube channel, and it's not just supporting my GoFundMe. It is by sharing legitimate information that has been out here in the public arena now for some time, and doing so in a manner in which people can take a look at it and they can go, wow, this is legit. This is the real deal. And as a lot of you guys know, I've been looking to get out of New York. Here we go. This is it. I'm actually on the road. And I don't know. I guess fate would have it that, I had talked to the Jackmans the other day after mentioning New Hampshire. They had Friday off. So I said, you know what if I come to New Hampshire, the live free or die state first? And, you guys show me around on Friday. Then I wake up today, and what are the chances that Ghislaine Maxwell gets arrested in New Hampshire? My goodness. So what are we going to do while we're out there? Well, number one, it looks like I'm definitely going to try to get them to take me to the house. So sure, we're going to go around Petersboro and Keene and all that stuff, but I want to see the house she was staying in. I want to see the neighborhood she was staying in. Maybe we'll do like a live walk and talk around that area. By the way, thumbs this video up, subscribe, and share if you're new to the brigade. I want to see if the neighbors knew she was around, right? Let's do a little investigative journalism. And, I guess I could talk about that for a little bit longer. I gave a small video before I hit the road today. But let's look at it for a second. It's hard for me to believe that being found in the United States, especially during this whole COVID-1984 track trace database rollout, that the FBI didn't know where Ghislaine Maxwell was last summer, right? And now we have to ask ourselves, how are we going to ensure that the injustice system doesn't take over and somehow she's suicided or she has a heart attack in jail? I mean, there's so many terrible things that could legitimately happen in the wake of what happened to Epstein. And I'm sorry for the bumpy road. This is New York State roads. I'm on I-88 right now. This is supposed to be one of the main highways for upstate New York. And it's Bump City, USA. It's ridiculous, really. Our tax dollars are... Yeah, Cuomo. Go Cuomo. No, I'm on a flat at all. Has nothing to do with me, right? I wouldn't be riding at 75 miles an hour on a flat, my friend. Oh, boy. So, the Cuomo track trace database rollout is well on its way, right? He's talking about, in the last couple days, mandatory masks nationwide. He's going for the throat on the president. I noticed that now there's national coverage more so on what Cuomo's saying about Trump than what Biden is saying about Trump, even though they seem to be in the same lockstep message, okay? And that's one of the reasons that I got to get out of New York, because I just feel like New York is going to be probably the worst place to be in the country as the COVID-19 84 economic repercussions are felt. For instance, in Cuomo's last press conference that I watched and covered, the last question was about whether or not the federal government was going to bail out the states. And Cuomo says, well, they'll have to, or there'll be mass layoffs, and I don't think that's going to happen. So right there, he admits that if they don't get the bailout from the federal government that they expect, there will be mass layoffs. I think there's going to be mass layoffs anyway, but they've already, taken $1 billion away from the police department. That was another announcement yesterday. They defunded the NYPD by $1 billion. But what the reporter shied away from was what? Also the defunding of CUNY, the Central University of New York system. Okay, how that was going to be cut also. And I kept trying to explain to people, look, this has nothing to do with you going out there and protesting and saying defund the police. He announced months ago that unless he got federal aid, which he still has not gotten, it would be 20% of health, 20% of education, and 20% of the police department cut. And you're just starting to see that right there. So the other thing is, like, now I also have this rolling weird metric, right? This rolling weird metric where if there's supposedly a hot spot or an outbreak, or really what comes down to more testing in a certain region and then reporting of those tested cases, even if they're asymptomatic, that I'm supposed to quarantine myself when I come back to New York. Well, I'm really hoping, number one, we can avoid those states, but number two, that's a moot point. I like to, again, I hate using the Nazi-esque term of I am essential, but I like to think that, we're going on a tour of the country. We're going to give an independent look at how other states are doing, what this country really looks like during COVID 1984, who's buying into the BS and who's not. Again, when Cuomo can get away with saying things like 95% of people want masks, right? No, 95% of people don't want masks. And then Joey B will get up there and he'll say, oh, don't quote me, but like 70, 74, 75%. Do you really believe 3/4 of the population in this country? 3/4. All right, we're talking about like 250 million plus people want people in masks as soon as they leave their home and go into public? I don't think so. I do not believe that for a second, okay? Oh, so, you know what? I wanna know what you guys think about Ghislaine Maxwell. So now that we know she was in the United States, are we also going to find out where she's been the last year? If she's here, thumbs the video up, subscribe, and share. And guys, the new GoFundMe, Media Month 13th, is in there. I need your help now more than ever. I mean, you see how I'm bouncing here. You never know what could happen. If I could blow a tire, be on the side of the road, I'm staying at cheap hotels. They still add up. I mean, the Best Western I'm staying at tonight is like, $100. So any kind of support you can give me, I completely appreciate it. Oh, please don't pull me over. Please don't pull me over, cop. I didn't mean to be going 80 miles an hour. Oh, please don't get me. Please don't get me. Please don't get me. There's one getting up here, right here, too. I'm probably getting gotten, guys. Let's see. I guess we'll find out in a moment. No, it doesn't look like he's coming to get me. Awesome. That's great news. Woo! Got that guy right behind me. Oh, guys, I don't want a big old fine. Tickets in New York, they are no joke. I'm telling you right now. Tickets in New York, that would have been like $350 easy. And, as I'm talking about the GoFundMe, I almost just got a $350 expense. Jeez. I'm glad that did not happen. Excelente. Oof. My heart's racing. Change lanes, camp out. Yeah, it's 65 up here. And honestly, right now, I'm in a roadwork zone. So, it's 55 as I was coming up. So, I think I entered that roadwork zone about 70. Yeah, the irony would have been terrible. Yeah, hey, whatever. As long as I don't see those lights hitting me from behind. You know what, though? I suppose no better time to get pulled over than to have my camera going and live streaming. At least everything's not only recorded, but streaming live and on the up and up. So, well, I guess we'll find out. I mean, I kind of expect going across the country with New York plates to get pulled over in certain areas anyway. Right now, I'm on probably like a 3.5 hour road trip. The Jackmans don't get out, I think, until like 7:30 or 8 p.m. respectively. So it'll be a late night stream with the Jackmans out in New Hampshire. It's probably gonna be an Epstein heavy episode. It's also probably gonna be a heavy COVID 1984 episode, right? Let's see what's going on in that area. That's the way to go. Just stay off the Tacoma. That's a trap. Anywhere in New York State is a trap. Listen, I've driven across the country, I don't know, 3-4 times now. Yeah, 3 or 4 times. And, I've also done extensive, trips other places, DC, Middle America, etc. There's never, even when you get to Pennsylvania, there's never as many cops anywhere other than New York. Even in California, man. I'd say California probably has the second most. Maybe certain areas of Florida I've driven through, but New York is like over the top-ish, over the top. So, you know what else I didn't cover that I should have? Somebody seems to have put up like a mock Jeffrey Epstein statue. From what I saw of it, I don't know how good the face was. I didn't get to have a really, really good look at it. But, it's basically disparaging Epstein, and it's there kind of like, I would guess, as a pseudo-modern art piece for the victims and, to show how corrupt the system is. I'm wondering who's going to take credit for it, because it's a brilliant idea. It looks like a legit deal. It looks like it's I'm not sure if it's bronze, but it might be copper. I'm not 100%. What's up, Jurfus? We did it. We hit the road. I hope things are going all right for you, my brother. But yeah, we're on the road. We're going to the live free or die state. We'll see how they're handling COVID 1984. I don't know how long I'm going to stay. I may hit the road Friday night. I may stay Friday night into Saturday on the 4th of July. Usually 4th of July is no big deal for me. I take the new thing is now, the girls and I, my nieces, will go to probably the park for a little while, and then at the end of the night we'll go back to the park for fireworks. But so many places across the nation are not having any kind of fireworks or celebrations. Instead, you're still encouraged to go protest as long as it's, specifically for Black Lives Matter. We wouldn't want you to protest the lockdowns. That's no good. You can light fireworks off, though, in the middle of New York City and not get arrested for nights and nights and nights and nights and nights. No joke. So much so that even Cuomo had to start going off a little bit about the fireworks. He still stands with the protests. He can't, he stands with all those people out there in the thousands that prove that since there was no spike in New York and there were many protests in the city, but throughout my state, that, it's all BS and arbitrary. And this is all about what? Control. Yeah, I know. Why is it shaking so bad? Because these are New York roads. This is I-88. I'll say it again. Guys, I-88. This is like a main drag highway for upstate New York. I just want to reiterate that. I'm going to try to beat this guy out right here. Sorry about that, buddy. We got plenty of room. There we go. But yeah, now you can see, like, as I'm not, just battling the road, that it's kind of pretty straight, right? It's not like it's my car. I just got new shocks on this thing. I mean, hopefully this little bad boy gets... I heard somebody saying in the comments that it looks roomy. That's just my camera. That's just one of those front-facing cameras. This is a little guy. Although it's a 4-door, it's really a 2-seater. I could get the girls in the back, or one in the back and one in the front, but that's about it. Kids or one other adult. But bam, yeah, that's our tax dollars at work. And that's another thing. Let's talk about the roads. Everybody acting like, the automation nation is inevitable and human beings are no good. Listen, if we had an Eisenhower-like project to actually reimagine the highway system and stop using concrete, you're telling me there's not a better material than concrete that we haven't come up with in almost 100 years of paved road? That's one thing. Then we can start talking about what? We could start talking about a maglev train system throughout the country that would enable people to go to work from different areas and commute from non-cities and urban areas to other states rapidly. But again, they like the system they have at control. That would give too much independence to other people. And by the way, it would be huge projects that take a decade plus and give human beings jobs while actually utilizing what? Technology, robotics, 3D printing to help us along that goal. But it's not about that. It's about a transhumanist agenda where eugenicists run the show and decimate the regular populace by having us fight amongst each other over nonsense like gender, race, religion, instead of identifying the predator class that oppresses us. Oh, I think that's going to do it for now. Usually, guys, at the 55K, I want to thank everybody. I would do it in AMA, but if you think it's so shaky for you watching me, can you imagine me trying to read that, drive, respond to it? I will do a proper 55K AMA sometime, either maybe before the Jackmans come and meet me out in Keene. We'll see. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. But this is it. We've done it. We hit the road. It's time to figure out where all this freedom is in America. And like I said, we're definitely going to be doing that broadcast from outside of where Ghislaine Maxwell was staying, outside of the hideout of Ghislaine Maxwell. Guys, I love you. I'll see you from the road. Remember, if you can, hit that GoFundMe, $5, $10, $15. It means the world to me. Big donors need you now more than ever. Almost got hit by a cop on the way through. See you on the flip, guys. Love you.